Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a filing from National CineMedia, and let me tell you, it's got more drama than the movies they advertise. We're talking about a mixed bag of votes, some financial figures that might make you raise an eyebrow, and a whole lot of corporate housekeeping. It's like a behind the scenes look at the business of showing you the coming attractions. National CineMedia just released a report detailing their financial results for the first 3 months of 2025. They also held their yearly shareholder meeting where some important company decisions were voted on. We'll break down the key points from how the board of directors is shaping up to what the future may hold for the company. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below for even more discussions on the market. First things first, let's talk about the money. The company put out a press release covering its financial results for the first quarter, which ended in March of 2025. It's important to know that according to what the company said in the report, the information in the press release isn't technically filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission for liability purposes, unless they specifically say it is. Think of it like sharing information but with a disclaimer. Now let's move on to the annual meeting of stockholders that happened in May of 2025. At this meeting, several important things were put to a vote, and all of them got the thumbs up. Let's break down how those votes went down. First up was the election of directors, the people who sit on the board and help steer the ship. We have 7 names here: David Glazek, Nicholas Bell, Kelly Campbell, Juliana Hill, Nathan Triplane, Thomas Lasinski, and Joseph Marchese. Each of them got a pretty solid 4 vote. For example, David Glazek received 68,511,000 Rasinti, and Joseph Marchese, each of them got a pretty solid 4 vote. For example, David Glazek received 68,511,065 votes in favor, with 5,729 votes withheld. Next on the list is the advisory vote on executive compensation, which is how much the top dogs get paid. This is always a hot topic. In this case, about 44.2 million votes were cast in favor of the compensation packages, while about 30 million votes were cast in favor of the compensation packages, while about 30 million votes were against it. So it passed, but there was some notable opposition. This could indicate that some shareholders aren't completely happy with how much the executives are making. Lastly, there was a vote to ratify the appointment of Grant Thornton L. as the company's independent auditors for the year ending in January 2026. This is basically a vote to approve the accounting firm that checks the company's books. This one passed with flying colours with over 80.5 million votes in favour. Finally, as an exhibit, the company included the press release we talked about earlier, laying out their first quarter financial performance. This is standard practice, giving everyone access to the same information. Now for our take on the situation. National CineMedia finds itself in an interesting spot. On one hand, it has successfully re-elected its board and ratified its auditors, suggesting a stable corporate structure. On the other hand, the significant number of votes against executive compensation hints at underlying shareholder discontent. Looking at the company's direction, it's clear that maintaining shareholder confidence is crucial. The movie industry is constantly changing, with streaming services and other entertainment options competing for people's attention. National CineMedia needs to show that it can adapt and deliver value to both its advertisers and its shareholders. One notable risk is the potential for further shareholder unrest if executive compensation isn't addressed. Conversely, an opportunity exists to improve communication and transparency, with shareholders potentially turning those dissenting votes into endorsements. In conclusion, National CineMedia seems to be navigating a complex landscape. While it has secured the necessary votes to keep things running, it needs to pay attention to the signals its shareholders are sending. The company's ability to adapt to the changing entertainment industry and address shareholder concerns will be key to its long-term success. Alright, that's our breakdown of National CineMedia's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.